So, gonna make some more mosquitoes, I think. I think that's probably it. I got bit by something on my eye. I don't know if you can see. It's like a spider bite. So, gonna stick with these, but I think I'm gonna make a smaller one. Working on a bookmark that's also a cheat sheet. I'm gonna color it in with different depths and different hues of blue. Back at the merger, bank buster or blank buster, or spider. Trying to familiarize and like be able to conceptualize better where these guys will be fished, if you will. And gonna stick with these dry hooks. Did the largest one last time, but I feel like I want a smaller one and try to give a go at that. And slowly trying to keep packed and all that because not sure when I'm gonna head down. But gotta make the same one also, the grizzly cock mosquito. Oh yeah. So let me set some of this aside. Got some wool roving. And been organizing a little stuff for markets. I make a wide arrangement of stuff, but I'm gonna make a table so it's lures, plants, as well as some handmade jewelry. Got this, like, you can't really see, but this glass has a really nice orange glow to it, so in the sun it looks magical. And then got some real leaf jewelry, and these beads were salvaged from a really old broken glass necklace, and I just wired them up. And got some tarot cards left and some onks, which I have molds for all this, so, well, this so I could make this in any color or combination. I have a load of molds. Some of the resin sharps I just throw on a bead chain, but I can put it on anything and I can make a chain really easily. Like, so a buddy of mine does fabrication and metalwork. His name is Bryce, and it's I always mess it up, BDS or BSD, Fabrications in Lake Worth. Real cool dude. I got his metal shavings. He makes all kinds of machine work, as well as even like clip extenders and I think silencers and stuff like that. But if you see the metal shavings up in there, that's from the shop. And he just, it's byproduct, so it gets tossed, and I plan on picking up more. I also put some in this crucifix here. Can't see completely, but see that spiral down? That's metal shavings from the fabrication shop in Lake Worth for a long time. And on this crucifix, the body is made with some shells I found, some sea urchin spine, as well as Shiva shells or cat's eye shells. They have a really cool spiral. And this is just random stuff. It's got a Jesus. Hello, Jesus. And some clock gears. It has, I believe, a moth in it. Or is it the other one? I think that's the other one. But it's got like a heart cut out of a dollar bill I found on the ground. Some watch gears. And just pretty much random charms. Very good. And again, more tarot cards. I found a bunch of sheets of the cards, so I have every card also. And then got a bunch of stuff like this, which is just random beach finds. I also want to make a necklace. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, Zoe. Do I have a watch of one? I want to see. And these are just gifts, which are just a single shell from the shells I find on the beach on a strand. This I just throw in with stuff for fun. this epic headband for some reason. It was just an experiment. It was supposed to be a twerk necklace, but the fit was off. But, anywho. Let's see. So, making more. Look at this also. Let's. Getting quite an extensive palette here of dubbing. Yeah, let's zoom this out. I'll plan a little bit more. My eye is on fire. I got bit by like a spider or something outside digging for worms, which I got a big healthy jar of good sized ones too. So, mosquito. This is the, well, it's just called mosquito here. And again, before I get started, it's from Fishing Encyclopedia, which, dang it, I missed Stuart the Fish Whisperer streams, but his streams are epic. Definitely should check this out. Hey Nick, how you doing? Nice to meet you likewise. Basically a craft channel, but really focused on learning all I can really about fishing, and I got pretty sidetracked with this. I can't get myself to stop. I already have a huge amount of comfort for this desk. Any desk really that has any amount of my tools, even if it's just like a pair of pliers. But yikes. Can't stop, won't stop. Tying a mosquito now, because it is Southeast Florida. I'm doing it one size smaller than yesterday, and then I'll do one size smaller than this, because I want to make some small ones. I haven't tried one of these, which, wow, believe them to be size 18. I was also organizing. I have a bunch of herbs. I think I'm going to send them to a friend because I haven't been really doing anything with them, and they're not going to last forever. For incense and like lavender, rose petals. But oh my god, that's all I could like smell and taste now. You didn't see this. Went to the store. Oh, went to the store. I kind of want to treat myself. Been craving one for a long time. They are god awful. Don't read the instructions or directions. No, ingredients. Don't read the ingredients. I don't even think there's dairy in it. Oh, the craving is serious. It's a SpongeBob ice cream. Oh yeah. I don't know why. The texture I can't find anywhere else. Quite loud. Repurpose the sushi tray from the trunk picnic. Ideal. Also, got more from Chinese. These cases are brilliant, and they come with a lot of takeout. So every takeout, get more. Plastic storage bins are very expensive. A small little guy, $10, and the large ones like $40 for a good size. What have you, storage bin. Ooh, I want some ice cream. Been wanting to. They're so nostalgic, and when I was younger, I didn't really get them. I was very young, I did, but I used to get the strawberry shortcake ones and push pops from the ice cream truck. Let's see. Isn't that amazing? I think these are going to be long enough. Oh, I'm craving. I am an old lady. On that note, I'm gonna get my SpongeBob ice cream cone. I'll stick. So, I don't know what it is about them. They're awful. We'll read the ingredients. Just needed a little sugar. I wanted to not get too hung up with, yeah, pretty one. This one is pretty much as perfect as they get. 5 stars. Oh, 14. Such a different world. When I was 14, oi, guess like it was PlayStation 1 and PC games. I appreciate that, Steve Kunde. I was just blasting some music healthfully. So I'm still a little hyped up from that. There's something so lovely about these. Who called it about spiders? Yeah, yeah. It's the tiniest little spider bite, but you can see the 2 dots. And worth it. Got a jar of worms. And I didn't really think about this. I'm kind of locked in now. This is the greatest. I'll usually inhale it on the ride, but it was cold enough for it to not melt at all. Because it gets a weird, like, crystally texture. Anywho. Such a treat. They might not be making these for very much longer, because first ingredient is water. It is very, you know, light. Maltodextrin, which is wheat. Glucose fructose syrup, wheat corn, glucose syrup, wheat, sugar fructose, less than 2% of citric acid, malic acid, vegetable. So it's not too carrageenan. Cellulose gum, locust bean gum. It's naturally dyed. It says contains milk and soy, but milk isn't listed or anything. Got a random craving for them because don't see ice cream trucks out here. Or trick-or-treaters for the same matter. There's not much. So I'm gonna sit over here. Death ingredients for sure. Really needed some sugar. Well, it's cold like this. A little cold front in this area. Oh, whoops, I was still on the screen. It's like inhaling it. Trying to get it over with at this point. I am a Sagittarius. Tactile train. Oh, very cool. I don't eat stuff like this very often, but when I do, it happens just always is the worst. But if anybody knows where this texture can be found, my favorite well, it's not really ice cream. I mean, maybe, I don't know, is frozen bananas blended with milk. Or just plain frozen blueberries, eating those. But frozen blueberries are so expensive now. I've been waiting for blueberry seasons to just freeze a bunch. But, like $14 for a bag of frozen, no. But the frozen bananas with milk is paradise. You could make it like a banana milk or like an ice cream with just a dash of milk. It's really so like I mean I'm glad SpongeBob has surpassed many generations. I remember waking up for new episodes on 100 years ago. Yeah, it's totally unnecessary. But if you haven't tried, just take bananas, and especially when they get a little too soft for like consumption as is, or like, you know, just before banana bread territory, and just cut them up and throw them in Ziplocs in the freezer. And you blend that with milk. You don't need ice or anything, so it's the creamiest, most filling treat possible. Fried a blender or making them so much. There is a few on this page that I'm quite interested in. Found a fan wing. I read it as fawning. Fan wing royal coachman. The wings I can't really conceptualize. I gotta look up some imagery. Never seen that before. Now it says 2 matched white feathers from breast of drake, wood duck, mandarin, or other wild duck. And it sees white on the fan wing, not fawning. But these are the dry flies that are in this book. Excuse me, I really inhaled this thing. There's a few, I don't have any matching quills, but I found a few feathers that might work because of the sturdiness. And I put them in a bag of gift. So there's this. Yeah, there's a huge part of me that wants to get back into making hats, like with the scraps of this stuff. Even just the the 50s, 40s, 50s style fascinators. But this wing is pretty symmetrical, so maybe I could use these or this. Found it at the beach. Okay. SpongeBob is no longer, but it's not the most. It's pretty thick. Oh, what? I think he is a little gay. SpongeBob? There is a few, I mean, first 2 seasons of that show, it is absolutely hysterical. Even if like the show itself isn't your cup of tea, but the first two is just gold. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I also, on these feathers, really can't get enough of the rib itself. That's also striped or barred. And that immense. So all those will be kept and turned into something. Even if I wanted to make like a Cheshire Cat plushie, maybe pillow or something, use these for the whiskers. So got some those fibers for the tail. For some reason this light has been getting to me. It's just God, thank God I have crap everywhere. She fell right off the desk. Oh, that's me. Got that at a yard sale out here. Not, well, I guess a while ago. Time melts out here. It's terrifying. So let's see. There. Hey, Stuart. I thought I saw Stuart. I went to like your last stream, but I ended up watching pretty much the whole thing. Just had it on in the background. Gotta do a split screen stream one day. Sometimes it takes me a second because I'm not kidding when I say I'm like one of the shyest people I've ever met. And it's not by choice, obviously. But sometimes it's hard for me to respond because I don't know. It's one of my biggest complaints about myself. So I gotta get this. So I don't answer I don't know. My goal was to always have like I don't know. Okay, so anyhow. Gotta get the white in there, which I have the perfect little piece. My eye is on fire. Whoops. Did I learn anything? No. Still need worms. And I have become quite efficient at getting worms. Minus the spider bite to the eye, but here, let me zoom this camera into. One reason I really can't wait to go to my parents is their best friend is a hunter. I moved things around again. Yeah, the light is refracting off of everything. I have like staticky vision. It's hard to explain. So, let me see. Roof work. Gays could be wildly hysterical. You'd love like bird then. God, it was just reminding me of the most troubling message today. Bass Pro. Ooh. Alright. So do the striping. Okay. It doesn't have instruction, like a step-by-step. Which I definitely enjoy. Sometimes I don't understand like what order. Ooh, heard a strange sound. Let me twist this a little bit. I'm gonna add some glue, but everything about this fly, I'm really excited to get a hang of this one because my favorite material, I'm sure it's a pretty basic favorite to have. However, the grizzly, anything grizzly, that black and white stripe, and the dyed ones, but the black and white stripes is just super stunning. And every part of them is useful for jewelry, even tiny little tips that might be too small and awkward to fix to a hook for wings. Oh man. Well, that's okay, because the body is... I'll just make sure that is a little bit more apparent next time, but I do want to have some extra... I posted in a few local groups to see if anybody did any fly fishing out here to try to find some kind of like teachers, I guess. And even just like advice for spots locally. Been out here for a minute, but I still really haven't explored all too much because most of the area is pretty hard to access. And then all the other spots is just like no trespassing, which understandable. Alright, so let's get this in there. Don't have the easiest time with wings yet. Might set the PS4 up out there. Just kind of been regretting taking it out. I feel like I was much more like awake mentally. Oh. No. because I'm like covering half the body. I just so lovingly wrapped with the. Alright. Let me get these attached and I'll look down. I need a buzzer. Alright. I think okay. Oh, my bad. Hi, Jamie from Oh, very cool. Cheers. PS4, I remember the static. Oh God, dialing the static. Let's go chop. I miss it. So it's the only like fast-paced live game I could play, and I don't think I could get used to it on PC. Ooh, I better keep that whole. All right, so I'll use this. Alright, one moment. I'm gonna park it there right quick, because then perhaps if I have to, I mean, I could go around the feather for some extra security. What is all that? Oh, that's from the wing. Should I keep that? It's kind of cool. No. Wait a minute. But what am I gonna do with it? Let me just see what happens if I cut it. Because we're actively learning. There are no classes local. I mean, of course there's the internet. However, the internet is vast. My attention span is short, unfortunately. So sometimes I end up just watching a bunch of shorts or reels. Or listen to music. Spend an hour looking for the perfect song. For a moment that's passed. Okay, so these wings are too close to the front. I don't know how I'm gonna do the hack line. Well, I can go for it regardless. And I think it's just the head of the wings need to come back. Alright. Just want to get that secure real quick. No. No. Okay. Just gonna wait then. Ugh, I don't have enough room, do I? Shoot. It's okay. It's quite alright. So I'm not sure how to remedy this one. Everything's so close. So I'm just gonna try to freeze that in time and space. And then put it aside and start again. I love the grizzly tips as wings. Incredible. And you can't really see here. But I love your thoughts on. Oh, I think that's how the next that's how humans are carried on. I wish there wasn't so many. I don't know. I wish it's just I can't help but see it as one of those things that's just very important. Like it's quite literally another human. I think it's just beautiful. Okay, let me get this. Yeah, no matter like how thin that these plier things, the hackle pliers is a lifesaver. Often a lifesaver. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I am gonna go ahead and try to fix it for your sake, because highly recommend. It's really good. There's a kit on eBay. I'm actually thinking about grabbing one. A, because it comes with pheasant feathers. And the price that I've been seeing for them everywhere is just... I'd rather throw a few more bucks at it and get a whole kit. But it's a table clamp one, so... It's, can be fixed anywhere. I should, put links in the thing, just like... Because there's a lot of, like, I like reviews and stuff, and there's a lot of random products that I run into that it'd be neat to, like art supplies, like the Mr. Resin. Be nice to get some feedback from fly tires on Mr. Resin, and anybody really, because the stuff is great for repairs and... Just repairing this guy. And after I at least get this on, I'll start another one. The more proper. These just look insanely on point. for a mosquito. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got it a little sloppy. Wings are mad uneven. What happened? Here. Yeah. So. Not quite. You never know. I've been carrying this in my purse. Eee. Here's the one from last night. Mosquitoes. Will do. Do I see myself bring up? Like, I feel like it would do the world a huge disservice if I didn't, but it's the two little guys. On my first ever attempt at a parachute. However, I know what I did wrong. Well, and it partly know. It still looks like a flower. I'll do this side because it looks a little better. Little flower, daffodil. So I should have bound the hackle feather going up the post rather than just attaching it and then wrapping it. And so going up the post and then wrapping down, and then easier to complete. So maybe I'll try one of these guys again. I really want to get the parachute down. It's one of my favorite. Visually, there's a lot of favorites, but I've really been dying to try that. The foam is really fun. The weaving was incredible. Holy cow. So this wasn't the last stream, but it was the stream before. And the pattern is from imitative fly tying. And I'm not sure if the proportions are on point, but that weave, it's so satisfying. So let me see. Let's see where else. And then the foam. I have to get a box to keep all these. Well, I've been wanting to make one because it's just some foam. should post in the local group, like, whoever gets a lot of shipping stuff, like, keep your phone. So, I haven't tried another one of these, but I still can't get over how nice that wrap. For me as a beginner who was pretty rotten at hackling, that was a long time ago. I'm just over the moon, really, because I truly do like making things. I highly recommend crafts, even like crochet, anything like that. Like making nets with a crochet hook. What? It's sick. I'll show you. I've showed it a bunch of times, but I gotta make another one for the lantern. But really useful skill, and it requires one hook, and you could easily carve it out of something or bend a wire and round the metal down so it doesn't get hung up on the yarn. But they're like $2 at Walmart. Really good thing to do is sitting on a couch. I can't stand watching TV because I feel like time disappearing, but I mean, I love TV. I'm a human being. However, I try to make sure I'm at least trying to, like, either crochet or doodling, something, finding more patterns, because, yeah, it's hard for me to just sit there and take it. But everyone's lives are different. Some people have really brutal days all day, and so the last thing they want to do is focus on something when they're trying to let go of focus. So everyone's different. Yes. Alright. I'm gonna try another one of the small ones. However, they did a really excellent job at sorting the hooks. Seems like it's mostly this 10 size with a few 12s thrown in both areas, so it's been difficult to try to pull out. Every now and then I'll pull out one and it's definitely smaller. But yeah, that's a clear difference. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oops, did I mute it? Hey Stuart, am I muted? So the mosquito was from here, and why are there, I don't think, a bunch of messages on my end says retracted, but I don't think, it doesn't say it was removed or anything. But it's from the McLean Standard Fishing Encyclopedia. And they have a pretty healthy, oh, goody. I thought it was on the first page, it wasn't. Sweet, that was like Christmas. So, dry flies, then you got your wets. Really want to try. Let's see. Yeah, Jaime, it's taken me years to do so. I've said I wanted to make a channel for a good 10-15 years. And finally, I was isolated enough to really do so, because in my hometown, like, there's so much happening, so I always just let, stuck to local stuff and really was able to just get by locally and not having to do much social media stuff. However, nothing out here, so it was a blessing in this regard. And I'm like insanely shy in person, but for some reason I can't shut the hell up alone in a room. So it worked out a few different ways. So, it's I just find so if you don't mind me asking what your business is, and I apologize if I already know and it's just escaping me currently. Yeah, highly recommend Steve Kunder, and could see just about every species you can think about. They're gorgeous. I cannot wait to see one of these in person. Any trout, really. We have sea trout. But really, anytime I learn of something new, I come right here and it always has at least an excerpt on it. And I think also I was streaming for a long time, but I made this decision a long time ago that I didn't really put much thought into it. I just kind of was always at this desk and decided to pop the live streams on it, and I was totally okay if nobody ever saw it. And in the beginning, there was no for a long time, and then for a while it was just Mr. Self-Destruction and Caucasian Sasquatch, and I think I was doing art supplies or something, but I don't know. I was kind of losing a little bit of purpose, I guess, out here because there's not a lot of places to exhibit anything and see other people's exhibits. So I think it was a huge benefit, and I don't know. I wouldn't do it any different way. But I highly recommend at least making a channel because it's cool to document yourself. We're all being documented anyway, but you're able to put like your fingerprint on it and your existence on it, which again, like, even if nobody sees it right now, they will, and you'll be able to look back on it years from now and send it to people or what have you, and then people that are into that thing can find it and interact, and it's a lot easier to find, I feel like, people at least with similar interests. And gonna hopefully be using Code's Kinto to host like discussion like meetings, essentially, because everyone's on a different corner of the world, but so everyone could share their screen, their mic, or anything like that. It's a passion project of Code, so it's not like you're not gonna get banned for wrong speak or stuff like that, and we could actually like have discussions and stuff, and like debates too, but like chill ones where you you debate without the doxing. I'm just kidding, but for real, like people go too hard and like, oh, you don't agree with me, I'll destroy your life type of thing. That's what I see it as. But Kento will be a good spot. As soon as there's enough people, I'm gonna start making some fish stuff for it too, like a little dock and stuff like that for people to stand on. And it's pixel art, isometric perspective, and I'm not the best pixel artist, but I could try to make anything. And you can make your own rooms and that kind of thing. So it's a little nostalgic, a little chaotic, and you can change the background and stuff like that. But eventually other people could use it to stream too, and like I'll read comments and stuff, and yeah, you can show your camera and everything. Because my dream would be to have a room of people just discussing stuff, anything interesting, or anything that they know and others don't currently. And like everyone could show, if you don't want your face on camera, that's cool. If you don't even have to show your camera, but like everybody's desk or whatever they're working on. And it's like, this is why I'm doing this, and like, it's like that. I think that would be pretty neat anyway. And see, like that tiny little tip. Grizzly. That's a lot of vibrancy for just a tiny little piece of something. And it's natural, so adding that to like a pin or something, I think would be... I think it's also like a matter of just going for it, or make the video, post it and forget about it, or just make the video, and because you could always post that years from now. And I wish I could find my old I just got a flashback of old film projects. I appreciate that, Gene. So what happened up here? Really, Jamal? Oh, okay. So, mosquito. No hook yet. Gonna do another one of that size, which is, I believe, to be in this Yufeng pack, a size 16. No. A size 12. Did that backwards. The hooks get smaller the larger the number goes. I should check on the little guy right now. And one egg left, so boiled that, and I'm gonna use the water because the egg was boiled in it for even more calcium. So we're gonna switch the water bowl out with the eggshell water. Got a bunch of worms. What's this? I'm most comfortable amongst strangers. Like, I always told people too, like, if you need someone to talk to and you can't talk to your friends, just go to a bar and talk to strangers, because very therapeutic and great way to meet local people, but or like social space, but strangers, for some reason, painfully shy in front of my friends. I was always very quiet anyway. I know I was. But also, it's totally different. Like, I'm communicating with real human beings, but it feels different. Like, I think even if you're shy, it's worth a try, because I think it like almost bypasses something. And like, if all y'all were in here right now, my face would be beat red. I wouldn't say anything. I'd be dead silent. Hey Franny, how you doing today? Ooh, I said that really loud. Making mosquitoes. Kind of messed up the last one, however, it worked out pretty good. These guys. Proper little mosquitoes. Think when I get a few patterns down, I really want to focus on shrimp and mosquitoes, things for this area anyway. But trying to think of, okay. Oh yeah, that's one thing I can't wait for is until I get a hang of the desk and like my personal workflow become a little more efficient. I'm so afraid of using this stuff. It's just incredible. Whiting Grizzly Bugger Pack is what these are from. 25 bucks. However, way more feathers than it looks like. This thing is jam-packed, or these things are jam-packed. And a really nice assortment for all different patterns, and the tendrils are just phenomenal. Let me switch the, I feel like I'm missing parts of the chat because I've been trying to really not miss stuff, but I see some stuff that I just don't have the context. Bum day. Yeah. Yeah, better just check real quick. It's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, look at it. Just fine. Hi, church. Oh. He's so sweet. I can't get over it. The little hands is just incredible. I don't know if I'm gonna try to do a bath. Probably, honestly. And yeah. No, he's in no rush. Because the second, yes, so, but it's very harsh out here. So if he's moving slow, you can't go out yet. And yeah, so I told him, let me know. My eye is on fire though, really. I haven't gained any superpowers that I'm aware of, which is kind of a shame. But alright. I think that's just a little too much. Maybe this side. No, still too much. So, making a mosquito. I'm gonna clean the cage. Might even put him in the sling. He really likes the sling. Falls right asleep. Start this down a little bit. Oh. I didn't know Mr. Lero got a divorce. I had no idea. I thought they were like happy chappies. But that's neither here nor there. I just discovered that today. Maybe this. Yeah, my eye hurts. The pain, the pain. Okay, no. The weather change. Trying to embrace the cold for once. No hibernating this year. It's mainly because it's pretty inaccessible out here. When it's cold, even more so. It's like the only thing worse than the mosquitoes. It gets really chilly out here. My theory is that across the canal, it's like a giant air conditioning. Really cold. Like the other day, it wasn't too cold on the coast. Getting back, it was freezing. Compared. There's one little fiber sticking out. Okay. Reminds me of when I had a pet pig and something startled him and he looked up really fast, but his giant tusks got me right in the eye, like up here. I still have a scar from it. So here, let me zoom in. Hey, nice to meet you, JaimeLynBarbarian. Please do feel free to return. We're pretty much here every day. Hey, Pug. Your first day on the job. Good 2 months in, but still very much a beginner. I should look back to see, because it was pretty all of the sudden for me personally. Tuskers, Switch plays, they really, holy trucks. I remember, like, and they have that clear, like, sharp edge going down them. Oh, why do I look nervous every? Oh, because I definitely am. Let me redo this. Twist it. I didn't watch the ending of The Sopranos. I guess I might have. But for some reason, I got. That's why I try to keep the phone out of my hand for the most part, because I don't know why I was watching the ending of The Sopranos. Like, I think I used to watch it at a friend's house that mom was into it, but didn't have HBO growing up. But it was a really good show. Alright, we need 2 tips. This time, I'm gonna leave a lot more room. So probably. Oh, well, no. So. Okay. Get that a little bit snugged. I got this guy on Hope everyone's day is glorious. Just try and get in there. Nice and neat. Press there again to catch it for some added security. I'm just gonna go this way for easiness. Oh, wait. Alright. One. Oops. So remember to do that. Okay. Doing a little. Oops. Hey. Alright. Just wanted to make it like kind of like a little pedestal. Oops. Oh, shoot. Hmm. Dang it. this one didn't go as planned. Oops. Cut this out of the way. Dang it. So I'm just gonna try to so not definitely gonna need some practice on the mosquito. Maybe watch some videos. Every time I sit down and watch videos, I end up listening to music. Can't help it. Would be nice to find a used record player locally. Essentially, my mom's full record collection. No ads. Oh yeah. And don't get sidetracked and changing songs as oh, there you go. So it didn't come out as planned. At all. So I gotta try again. Shoot. Yeah, these are flies. I'm trying to make a mosquito out of this book. The first attempt, really came out the best. A few. But I really want to try the Royal Coachman again because with the bucktail works. But let me show this and also a mosquito. So here she blows. It's the attempt. I appreciate that that's a mosquito that goes. I'm doing it wrong. Oh shit. Hysterical. Yeah, no, don't hesitate. I'm very much a beginner, and there's no like real clubs or anything near me. However, Facebook. Oh my eye. Got bit by a spider on my eye. Facebook. I feeling that though. I really gotta figure out a way to test the small ones. I really like the larger ones, however, there's tons that I really want to tweak on it. Just the movements aren't there yet. And, more shrimps. But really just been maintaining tying daily to get my hands as used to it as possible. And slowly acquiring stuff to weigh them down. And, like the lead wire and that kind of thing to fish it with the spinning reel. But if you fly fish, I'm more than happy to ship these out because they take like a stamp to ship and could really use some real world, I guess, feedback and stuff. But I quite love how they came out. Visually, as a human being that digs crafts, handmade stuff in general, I'm not sure if a fish would be fooled. However, it's really the first attempt that I'm working with wings. I haven't gotten there yet, really. I tried to make this dragonfly, however it didn't come out very good. I used Amazon CP fibers, however, it feels like doll hair. It doesn't look or act like what I see in videos and stuff. However, I haven't touched real CP fur, CP fibers yet. I just twisted it upon itself for that, but I haven't really tried wings, and the few times I did, they were mad uneven, so that's a little bit of progress there. And hackling, I'm still not too good at. Like where to wrap when and how much, and that kind of thing. So really want to try to get enough people into like a circle, because could do fly tying videos, but like tactily show some, because there's a lot that I'm definitely doing wrong, and like also a lot of materials that I'm using that probably are the opposite of ideal in certain situations, like putting wool on dry flies if wool sinks, that kind of thing. I'm still learning all the. There's so much. it's incredible. I am just happy to be here, honestly, because I know I could do this for a long time. It checks every box as far as like keeping your mind busy and absorbing new information, keeping your hands busy and learning new like hand tips and tricks, which is translatable into all kinds of realms. And yeah, so if there is any tips, tricks, patterns, stuff like that, more than happy. I'm from Southeast Florida, Palm Beach County. That's where probably will stay for my entire life. I just love it here. I moved once, but Palm Beach County. I can't there's so much locally that I want to see that I just haven't yet. And gosh, I haven't even been to the Keys. That's not Palm Beach County though. A few hours away. Are you in Florida? I hope you're having a beautiful day. Just enjoying some time with the little guy and blasting some music from material. Yeah. Oh, 100%. There is a huge part of me that does very much enjoy crafts. I found someone down the street that has a ton of rare feathers, but like $10 each. However, I don't really need like picture perfect feathers. I was gonna message her to see if she has any like messed up ones, because using the individual fibers, got off topic. Like it's just like all the materials are engineered, and before I really like reading the stories on forums. Like people used to go to the Christmas like public Christmas trees or Christmas displays to grab some tinsel, pocket some tinsel, because that's before Flashaboo. And I appreciate that, Garrison, and likewise. And that, but more and more materials come out. There's a few like clubs that I come across that are staunch on like only natural materials, and it's like Tesla technology. It's insane. Like polypropylene floats, and that's what I knew. It sounded familiar. That's what marine ropes are made out of, and but knowing that polypropylene, now I could look on like any skein or any yarn that I've come across, either at yard sales or eBay shops, and pick up anything that says polypropylene. And I think the macrame cord I have might be something, or plastic yarn. I've been looking for stuff for post material out of stuff that I have already. And yeah, polypropylene. It floats. And there's a few other things like Fentex, CP fibers, quite expensive. I got the pack on eBay, but it looks and acts totally different than what I like see on videos. And the stuff that I see recommended, like $5-6 per packet per color. And so been trying to find something a little bit more limitless. So I look at those materials and like what they're made out of, and just find the like craft bulk version. And one channel said slipper yarn called Fentex, which I guess they used to have olive, but they discontinued it, so it's really rare now. Which I'm gonna be on the hunt for that, like wild. Rare slipper yarn. That's so far up my alley. But Fentex, and so looking for that because I could brush that out in place of that fiber and have an unlimited amount compared, and like yarn and stuff like that. But I think all the yarn I have is polyester with a few acrylics and a few mohair, which I feel like it acts the same as wool, like the exact same, but I have a really nice color color selection. And this is just last few days. This is the rest of it. And all this, which I was gonna buy the tray of hairline dubbin, and $20. It's kind of a steal. However, now I don't need to. And I am gonna get the tray of ice dubbing though, because I can't figure out a way to manufacture this or come across anything like it. This stuff is craft material crack, I swear to God. What? It is so nice. And this one's the UV pearl. It just looks like 1930s cartoon sparkles. It's incredible. And just a little pinch of this, really nice. And I did keep needle felting, and you can see making a crab body, and slowly is this color wool roving, so it'll sink too, which is good for this. And I still was adding materials to get a natural color, which I'm still going with it. I think I'm gonna add more browns and blues, but that'll be a crab, and could stash a hook anywhere on that. And a few different ways to attach the hook. I put a bottom piece on it and felt it in place, and then, or like epoxy it, and then, I don't know, figure out a way, or we shall. But felted with those needles, and I think a lot of the dubbing could be felted. It's like the same stuff, and yeah. Wood dryer. Oh, I've never heard of wool dryer balls. Ooh, grim tidings. I appreciate that. I will definitely be looking up trading post. I found a website called like the Feather Emporium, but I couldn't figure out if it was still. My phone doesn't make calls. It's just Messenger, and so I wasn't able to call the number. Yeah, if Carl fishes, I'm more happy to make patterns. Could look up exactly what's in the water. Because that's how I really wanted to learn anyway, is like, ideally, So I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be fishing the spot this weekend. And I'd be like, oh, bet. And then look up said spot, what's in said spot at said time of year, and make something on the spot for that. I used to do that for incenses, and it was toast. It was great, and I really like that. I found a few places in Lake Worth that are artist spaces, which I think would be really sick, because so there's like a storefront, big glass window, that could be a workstation, and then there's a tiny little apartment up top to sleep in, and it's in Lake Worth there's a few other places like that that are artist districts, because there's a lot of artsy areas, and it'd be sick to start thinking along that line, because I was actually looking at the warehouses too, but I want somewhere where there's the most foot traffic possible to essentially make it a little shop. And because I have a bunch of vintage I just need to get rid of, and I'd like to have a spot that is like a creation station, if you will, and anybody's welcome. There's a window, you could just stare in the window if you so wanted, but yeah, there's a lot of studio spaces like that, and I've always wanted to have a shop, and I'm trying to think of ways that, and meet more people that might want to be involved in a vintage store that was also a kind of like a studio, an active studio that's like painting, fly tying, stuff like that. It's very much a artsy community in my hometown, so I really want to. Oh, Stuart, Your Live was great. I was gonna watch it, a little bit of it, just for like algorithm stuff. I ended up watching the whole thing. I just had it on in the background while I was trying to pick up the desk a little bit, which I almost have enough to-go containers for everything. Everything. I gotta get Chinese a few more times. But yeah, it was good. That the beetle, the hawthorn beetle. I have two beetles picked out from Fat Fingered Fly Tire, and it's I think one's just called Foam Beetle, and the other, really nice, has the peacock curl on the bottom, because they have beetles like that I should have taken a picture of the one I found under the ground. It was it's one I've never seen before. It was like the shape of a stink bug, but clearly a beetle, like that weird like kind of shield. Really interesting. But we have the beetles that kind of look like scarabs that are greenish, blackish, peacocky coloring. I really want to get these mosquitoes down. I think also changing the hook size. Yeah. Just that like tiny little smidge, I think. Yeah, I better go with the bigger hooks. These smaller ones. Let's save this for something else. I just have plenty of room with, so. But anywho, I better run and do the little guy anyway, and clean the cage and everything. Yes, and I have the bell icon clicked. I try to, because if it's, I only know the time in China for some reason. 12 hours exactly. What time is 1:05 in the morning in Scotland. No, that's Italy. 12 in the morning. 12, 24. Ooh. 2 p.m. East. Okay. That's ideal. I try to go on around 5, but the whole time before that, I'm just like sitting here trying to wake up, so it's like perfect time and perfect content to watch. I really like the streams, especially for learning, because you get to see the workflow, which is always the piece I'm missing in any craft or art form. Is always the workflow, because I could see step 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's the in-betweens and simple things like if you're wrapping or palmering a hackle, where's like both of your hand, like where do your hands go? Like where is the best place to grab things or hold things, that kind of thing. And that type of thing is missed when it's either just everything is edited into that or shorts or step by step in books, which shorts and the step by step I get the most out of, but there's always the in betweens of like there's kind of a meme in like the art side where it'll be like, all right, and then you shadow in over the eyes, and then it's like, whoops, and they pretend to drop the phone, and they pick the phone back up, but it's like a completed art piece, like that. And it's always, you always feel like I miss so much. And the live streams are just, they bypass that, because it's all there. Mosquito. I gotta hit that hook so many times. I hope Ian's good. I always miss looking down and seeing like caps lock. Oh, oh, God, I just keep hitting it. I'm looking at the hook trying to get all that. I forgot. I forgot the tail. It's quite alright. All the stuff. The bucket for any other scraps, because I do want to also try to lay it all on a piece of felt and needle it to see if even the poofy bits of the feathers. Interesting. Using dental floss. I don't see why not. I gotta pick up some. I don't see why not. That's super sturdy. I will give really crisp white lines. I always forget about that. The tail. Of these like sticks, but I'm not too much a fan of them. Store is just so dang far. Like even the most basic stuff I almost forget exists. Maybe a few more. Might be too many. Try to reestablish like a 5-year plan also. I usually have one, but fell into a void. So I'm trying to I just can't wait to walk around in between all the buildings. Long train tracks. Did not realize how into the little things I was. Even in the middle of I mean, there's so many new builds, and feels like a whole nother place. Much like the condos. Woohoo. And the food, a lot of really beautiful spots. The Middle Eastern bakery has like 50 buckets full of olives. Memories. It's called West Palm Beach. That area. And it's pretty small. Yeah. Like the trolleys and that kind of thing. They just took out the movie co. Like the whole whole building, which was massive. It was essentially 2 stories and like a city block of coral. What just happened? Oh. I think it's a sign I'm mentally preoccupied. Should I put the hook further? Oh, okay. And should it be pointed up or nah? Like perpendicular? Like that? I suppose if you do it like that, you won't get your hook hit. That's wrong. That's wrong. Very nice. More down. Oh. Wow. Don't know why. Oops. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, I did not know you could do. I think I just relied too heavily on observation and a faulty memory. Because I don't know why I didn't just do that. I feel like my fingers would be very thankful. When I get tired or hungry, I stab the shit out of myself with this guy. So I'm just gonna fix this real quick or else it will bug me. And I also watched the ending of Sex and the City. Did not know they were gonna kill off that dude. Like, dude, the whole show revolved around. Not like that anyway, yikes. Oh wow. I felt like the fear leave my body because there's this. Okay, I don't have to go all the way down. Don't have to worry about the hook. Why didn't I do that? Thank you for that. That's pretty dang life-changing and pretty dang instantly. Try to make sure it's like even. Oh, my phone. Just got it. Like a flashback to yesterday. I don't know why I did that so oops. Jump scare. Well, keep it at that. Getting there. I have a good feeling about this one. The slightly larger hook size means slightly more room to work off and won't be as stuck together. It's Jay and Stuart. I appreciate that. It's the simplest things like that. I'm just stunned. There's. Did you see that? I think I damaged this. Well, I might as well go down. I gotta get more of this stuff. This stuff is a joy. I do have a list of glues that I just keep running into. There's a glue shop in West Palm called the Glue Factory. I'm literally praying that it's still there because a lot of those local shops didn't fare well the last few years. But and please do feel free, HJ, to come back and point things out, as well as Stuart. Please never hesitate if I'm doing something wrong. I don't get offended. I get stumped. I'm like, huh, this is the best way to learn, and there really isn't any other way. And really hands-on learners. Some people are. I mean, there's all different modes of that, and I really like tactile learning and figuring out. I wish there was like a summer camp where everybody was just like actively tinkering with this stuff and like pointing out stuff and coming up with new ways. It's like sounds like a dream, but a possible dream. With the internet, anything is possible, really. And I mean, there's convention centers eventually. If you get enough people via the internet, like that have things to show, and do convention, like, whoa. I just got bit by something. Is that a mosquito? Oh, God. This is why I long for the city now. I thought it's just 24/7. And, like, you know, if there's, like, a bus route, I'm a feather in the wind. How about? And I, like, ow. What did I get bit by now? What happens if I have, like, a rash? What happens if I've been infected? But, yeah. Like, sometimes I have to wait to go on because I'll stand outside for a few minutes and I'll have, like, a face full of mosquito bites because there's so many. There's so much flying and stinging and biting and making life a beautiful miracle and a joy. I'm a prude, okay? I'm a prude. But anywho, on the note, I'm hungry now. I'm a hungry prude. I haven't really. I did try in the canal, however, I couldn't even touch the surface of the water. And kind of in between Eva. Oh, EVA. Yeah, I'll look into that. Because the glue factory, here, there's a few things I gotta pick up, and including a steel drum. I think the glue. But I did post locally. I can't get over whatever this is. But I did post locally to see if anybody would be interested in teaching someone how to fly fish. If anyone out here engages in that. A lot of hunters, and there are a lot of stocked ponds that visually looks like they would be perfect or ideal for fly fishing. And I haven't seen it yet out here. However, actively looking, because it would be nice to. There's so many questions I have in regards to rigging, rigging the line, like what not to. And this doesn't have a loop on the end of the line. It's just, how would you call this, snelled? It's just like attached by a looped tension knot. So if I wanted to change the lure, do I just like pick that open and then attach a new thing on it? And then this is a tapered, but I chewed it up good outside. I'll probably just snap. But what knot would you use? Maybe a loop knot, but then if you wanted to switch your thing out, do you cut it off your leader? Or do you keep it on the leader and unknot it from this. Because I get the loop ones, that's so nice, so like very elegant and graceful. But this is just like the cheapest combo that was available. And it's really just to get the mechanics down. Like it came pre-spooled and everything. I'm not sure what to... I mean, it looks simple to unknot, so that's why I'm like, oh, you must just like unknot that and then re-knot it. And it's quite strong. I love running into stuff like that. Because holy trucks, that is impressive. But let's see. Okay, so you do cut the leader. I know the one, I really like the roll cast, I believe it's called. Oh my gosh. I'm like looking at this phone, so I started talking to this. Okay. So, oh my god, I'm still doing it. Alright, so that would be like a shock leader. And that's not related to the braided line that's like in the spool, because I did notice that there is like a very interesting material braided line on the spool itself, like past the orange. And this does float, it is a float line. And this whole setup I think was $39. And it did come with some flies. Like it came with a Royal Coachman, but it's all, you know, they probably tied like a million that day, to be fair. Which the wings kind of gave me a confidence boost. That was mean, I think. I didn't mean to like cut down this person's work, but I've been a little... And that came with this little deer hair, which I'm dying to try to stack some hair. That's gonna be so sick. It looks so satisfying and seamless. I know I am going to end up with a desk full of fur for the first attempts. I just picture it going poof or pulling the string too tight. Like that's... I'm just gonna actually do a whip finish on this and come back to it, because this thread is looking like it wants to fail. Always looking for product recommendations, because sometimes I just get the wrong stuff completely. Oops. I'm just gonna do it there. It's not a good add-on. I'll actually cut this, because I could tuck that for added security when I add on. it's like indistinguishable from scraps. Wild. It really disappeared. Gotta get the wet hooks tonight. And dig through. Mr. Fear said, I didn't even look at the name on Etsy. So I just gotta dig through my copper stuff. I know vaguely where it is, so I just gotta find it and then it'll be shipped. And I could add extension onto it to make it larger. It's very dainty. It's copper, and I could also make a stronger one. I have a thicker copper wire, and I have tons of beads, handmade beads, hand clasp beads. I just gifted these for my friend Angel in New York. She's who I'm gonna be shipping a bunch of the herbs to. Been meaning to get her back for a while, but fresh tiger's eye, and I'm really stoked on these. So I've been keeping them out, and it looks good with the copper. Same thing with amethyst. Everything looks good with copper. It does. Really good metal. But I can't believe it's only 7:32. That's so early. Hey, Squirrely, how you doing today? I don't know, I remember. But I usually, cause, haven't, listed anything. So sometimes, I would get order for the, like, Dream Herb, for instance. And I wouldn't look up the name until, like, I, printed the label. And, pleasant surprise. I appreciate that. I have, a lot of copper wire too, so I could always work in any material or stone specifically. I have tons of beads. I made jewelry pretty much my whole life, so I have an intense amount of this stuff, and I really gotta get some of it used. I'm trying to think of like a storage. Been thinking about doing like just plastic bins from now on. I think my days of decorative baskets and craft supplies are just want everything sterile and dust free and labeled and you know, baby steps. Usually had jars and decorative like organizing, but got to be too much. And oh shoot. Yeah, Stuart, gotta do a stream because I know I could invite streams and it will be split screen and have 2 vices, which would be sick, as well as Kinto. Highly recommend because Kinto is gonna eventually be like a streaming service, and like you'll be able to have comments on screen for future viewing, and like, it's pretty neat. There's Scottish flags too. And I think that there's a that's the only flag thus far. But yeah, you can make rooms and stuff like that. And it's really hard to explain because I'm not I love the realm, but I'm not very familiar with like avatar chats and stuff like that, like Habbo Hotel or Habitat, which is really neat. I think Code did a video on it. I don't know if you posted it, but Habitat is an old Commodore 64 game that's live now. I don't know if it. I guess it wouldn't have been back then. I don't know what I'm talking about. The little guy is yeah, squirrely. Tons of really the like Stuart's live stream, like you can see the workflow, which is brilliant. I get a little sidetracked and rambly, but learning through live streams and to see the workflows, just talking about that a little bit. the in-betweens, because sometimes, like, I don't know how, like, the hackling, like, it'll show step 1, step 2, and, like, it'll be like, now attach to hackle, bam, hackle's attached, but what that looks like to apply, like, when to wrap what where, and, in what direction, there's so many in-betweens, and, like, how to execute the action necessary to get it to look like the image or the pattern itself. And that's a lot that I miss. And especially looking for the older patterns, it's usually just a list of the materials. YouTube videos do help, but I don't think I gotta convince anyone. Like, I got rotten train of thought, or not even trying to be ironic. What was it? It was a rotten, like, focus. But, you know, perfect realm for that, because there's so many things to tinker with. But, so what day is it tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday. Sometimes I disappear Sunday, so I'm not entirely sure. I know if I get up early enough, I know I'm going to try to do some yard sailing, because out here the yard sales are wicked, and it's the only spot that I have found feathers, fur, and that kind of thing. Hey, the screws on the bottom shelving. My grandpa, my dad, everyone in my family has done that. And everybody's house, there was at least one jar attached by its lid somewhere. My dad's garage, there was a ton of them. Really brilliant. Yeah, I think Sunday is like I stream every day, but Sunday's the only day I disappear. But I'm not sure. Tomorrow will probably be on, because I think gonna be here. Not entirely. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I do have some other questions too, because one thing I don't understand is, like, I get that the line is thicker, but how do you not, like, lose fingers holding this while fishing? That's wild. But there is a ton of questions. And the what's it called? The another thing about the Kento streams is could do multiple camera angles, like all things could be fed into it, including desktop, so it can show like any websites and stuff like that. Really trying to get one of those in a week, because it could be like hyper educational, and because there's some people's insight and experience is worth more than gold, and it's vital to get that in I'm gonna feed Mr. Man, and or Mrs. Man. I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't gotten that far. But got a big jar of worms, hard boiled egg, and some egg water, grapes, bananas, got a bunch of stuff. And hopefully, like a day or two, and then be back in the wilderness. Not in a rush. You know, like before, for the first few days, like slept standing up, like noticeably just traumatized. However, now he's like curled up like a cat, and like you could scratch under his chin. Like, he chirps. He really likes being held and touched. It's just a wild, and it's crazy because he reminds me so much of Blue, and Blue passed away this month last year, which, but however, really stoked to have a new path set and plans on, and finding a few spots, try to get a like a studio space, because it'd just be really sick, and it's so within reach, it's ridiculous. And I always wanted that, and there's so many creative people in Lake Worth. I'm really excited to finally get some time there, so I could show that, because to me that's vital, and it's really important. Everyone's area is full of gems. Everyone in themselves is full of gems, and yeah, I'm dying to try to get some of that together in one place. Mr. M12, what was your question? Let's see. I don't see. Definitely think it at this time of Earth existence too. It's a perfect time for, I think it's gonna be the era of communities, because here a lot of things were focused around like very Hollywood centric stuff, like whether it be like watching Game of Thrones every week or whatever, or stuff like that, and have very like more think tanks, but not just for tech and stuff like that, but for like artwork, and not just like within universities or schools, like pretty everywhere. And this, it's not the best, I know. I think it's like the Colorado Angler Travel Kit, but it came with a bunch of tools, and went from never giving this a go to real into it. I feel like I found like my personal purpose. I'm not trying to be cheesy. It's that good. But you can't like change much on it. I am trying to pick out a new vice, however, I have not even come close to landing on one, and have a few salmon flies picked out due to their beauty. The salmon flies are like, unlike a lot of the oranges, incredible. Any patterns, please do feel free to recommend them, because I'm more than happy to try any. There are unlimited patterns. Every day I come across new lists of words I've never seen before, and the patterns are just absolutely endless, and it actually does really do help having something to focus on. It really does. But oh, that would be wild. I want to get the clink hammers. It's just the most elegant shape I've ever seen, and I think for the shrimp patterns, they're perfect, and they're just really beautiful. And Aaron, go brag. Let me take a screenshot. Renzetti Travel. Thank you. Yeah, any patterns, I'm more than happy. So I took a screenshot, so I'm gonna look those up and hope that I have the stuff for them currently. If not, more stuff will be added to the shopping list. 2 months in, slowly getting at least like the main materials, trying to go a little easy, so I have the sensation of always running out left over from crafting. But like, these things hold so many feathers. I'm astounded. There are bags of these. I keep meaning to there's some cash at one. I'm so curious. $25 and it's a bag of feathers, like still on the wings. Well, fish spinner reel. I did get this little code, but I haven't really gotten the hang of it yet. And see, I really wanted to just become as efficient in fishing as I could, and saw Code's grandpa's flies and just fell into this pretty intensely. Haven't been able to pry myself from the desk. And so I gotta get back out there real bad And so Southeast Florida here, Stewart's in Scotland, Northeast, like New York. Dying to go to Maine. Maine or Maryland. Get the two confused sometimes. New York, very nice. If Fearsafe is still here. No steelhead there, wow. Dying to see a trout person. Most beautiful fish. Been trying to target the peacock basses here, which I know they're a non-native, however, the most beautiful coloring. And I've never seen one in person. I grew up saltwater fishing, so still not the most experience with this. A lot of the Mayan cichlids, but all right. Music time. A few albums I want to listen to on blast while I can. And I don't know if anyone listens to Pinback at all, but the drones are in the air. The drones are in the air. I don't know why I really dig their subject matter, their small sounds, like the emphasis on bass and drums is good. Hella too, if you're like overly caffeinated and want to cause a little heart damage. Hella Total Bugs Bunny or Total Bugs Bunny bass or something like that. Great. But purples and reds set them off very nice. Big bass stillwater fish, like the unnatural color. That's what the pattern that I've been noticing, especially with the bass fly, is very vibrant. Yeah. Scotland is wild. I got to see some of the footage. There's so much water and so many waterways. I would have to bring a magnet too. And next time I'm on, which tomorrow or the next day, I'll be sure to pull out the flies from Scotland because I want to start IDing some of those and therefore look up the patterns. There's quite a few in there that I'm really curious with. And every time I open it, because I go a while in between openings, I notice more and more pop out, and I know more of their names, even if they're variants, which is an incredible feeling. It's the same feeling when you start learning plants and then you start IDing them out in the wild. And yeah, oh yeah, I got some music to blast tonight. Yeah, but I do like music, and I do like setting some time along for it. I got Jacques Brel, Beach Boys, Pinback, and God knows who else. Music is like the thread, like fly tying thread. It's like a tool rather than a supply. And I surf casting is the book I've been picking up here and there is the Inshore Fishing by Lefty Cray. Small little book, great pocket book. And I'm really excited for that. I really want to try to get some sand perch with that method. And when I go, I'm definitely bringing the fly rod because I figured in the ocean, if it gets stuck, I could just go and grab it, and I could be standing in the water, so it doesn't really matter if I could get it that far. As soon as I'll be right there, and it'll be in the water. It's not hitting bushes or anything. I could walk down where there's no people, and have some good luck. Oh, Flaming Lips always. I was gonna mention Radiohead too, because I can't really think of many bands that are on par with Flaming Lips. Would probably be Radiohead, and there was one more that I was like, this might be. Like Radiohead and Rainbows, I feel like is a good like Everybody at Any Time album. Their older stuff, yeah, but I think In Rainbows is a good one that, like, I feel like anybody would be able to get into. There's, I guess I could look in here. I think it was Portishead. Portishead Dummy. The album Dummy, Dummy, by Portishead, is an astounding album. And same thing with Tortoise, TNT. I'm trying to think of full albums for some reason. Boston Self-Titled, of course. Crucifix, of course. Barrio Fino by Daddy Yankee. That is a classic and a half. Portishead Dummy. Beach Boys Smile, the original, of course. Pink Floyd Animals. It's a great album. Any Talking Heads, of course. Tortoise TNT is instrumental. A lot of small sounds. Gabor Szabo Dreams is great. Anything by Pinback, of course. The Mentors, you asked for it, is another great. The Chaos Engine soundtrack of the game Chaos Engine is great too. I have a playlist of full albums. Let's see. Stereolab. Like Ping Pong, I feel like anybody would really dig that. Yeah. Silver Jews. Their personal favorite. Rest in peace. What's his face? Trying to look on like save playlists. I don't put too much effort in them, so save as I remember. I wanted to try to well, yeah. Happy trails. I shall see Silver Jews. Oh, is that what? Close friend of mine is named Silverstein, but yeah, Silver Jews, like Jews that are silver. Silver Jews. Why do I keep saying that? But really good. They have a song called Random Rules that I feel like is pretty big. And New Orleans. Death of an Air of Sorrow. Can't remember the one. I guess classifies like modern folk, kind of like Mason Jennings or Regina Spektor, like Portishead. Okay, yeah, Portishead is actually, so the album is called Dummy. Just might as well throw on the whole album. It's that good, and it's like redundant to even try to pick out individual songs from it. It's very ethereal and very like almost industrial. Like it feels like a warehouse with very shiny floors. But the whole album Dummy is incredible. And Radiohead and Rainbows is a good. I think those albums go like pretty well together, honestly. But I briefly did cold calling for precious metals firms. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah. Alright. Little critters. Happy trails, y'all. Love y'all. Hope you have a beautiful night. Say, Lord, feel free to return every day. Sometimes, excluding Sunday, you're learning to tie flies. And, yeah. Slowly building an army of fly tyers. And we will take over. We will take over it all. I have nothing else to add. Happy trails. Here's here. I almost said you smell them. Hi, George. I really should just have the stream on and just have him, like... He is boring though, when it's just him, he just lays there. Let's see. Happy trails! I can smell him from here, I bet. I don't doubt that one bit. He stink.